So we are here, out walking in town, challenging ourselves once again. I found that most of my communal travels and my subway journeys are quite terrible. And it got me to thinking, you know, it doesn't have to be like that, right? Also, the fact that it's so difficult for me, I don't know if this applies to everyone, but it's really difficult for me to go around talking like this because of the common fallacy thinking that you are in the center of the universe, which you're not, clearly. I mean, I am in the center of the universe, so you can't be. Sucker. Kidding. So, essentially, why are we so afraid of judgment? Well, our tribal ancestors would be excluded from the group, and on which we depend on to survive. However, in our international society, it's not really necessary anymore to be afraid, because let's face it, most people that you see on an everyday basis, you're never gonna see them again. So what's preventing us from loving louder and talking to people on the street? For sure, this is why I'm challenging myself like this, because I want to be able to do that. I want to learn to do that. There was one other thing that I wanted to mention, which is, first of all, the world is really beautiful. Secondly, what I wanted to mention was that authenticity or vulnerability for me is essentially not being ashamed of anything, not being ashamed of any point of expression, not of anything that you express out into the world, because there's just no room for shame in this world, you know? Life is way too short to be ashamed. Shame doesn't help us. It doesn't get us anywhere. So just, yeah. If we learn to express ourselves fully, authentically, stand in our own truth and stand in our own power, without having to fear judgment. Because once you're strong enough in yourself, it doesn't matter anymore what other people think about you. All that matters is what you think about yourself. And I'm not gonna go on rambling for too long, but essentially, there's really nothing to be afraid of. You see, most of our fears are illusions. Just like the rope in the dark that you may think is a snake, but it is actually a rope. And so you end up worrying and being anxious about it for no reason whatsoever, because there's no real danger here. Anyway, wow, that was difficult. So it's my 5 cents for today. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's no reason to hide your expression. And the reason I came to thinking about this is because I was doing my mantras and I was just saying out loud, like, I am awesome, and I turn difficulties into opportunities for growth, learning, and so on. But as I was on the subway, I ended up whispering, just whispering it to myself, which which made me weaker, you know? And it doesn't have the same power. Why should I be afraid of saying positive things about the world? Such as, I love life and I allow myself to flow through life like liquid sunlight. Isn't that beautiful? Hallelujah. Bye bye.